Nice. It is Tuesday. Tightwad Tuesday, the 20th of January, AD 2026. What's up, y'all? Hello, Doormat Damon. Go straight to Mark. Nice. Mark had an epic call. It made me lose track of time yesterday. Shout out. He called back on MLK Day and called it James Earl Ray Day. And I, of course, disclaim, maybe even disavow. He acted like Ray didn't actually do it, but then he played like he didn't know if he did it. Anyway, Thor mode, you are not banned. So yeah, the views expressed here do not represent me. I don't even represent myself, much less do any of you callers represent me, right? Nor do you or I or anybody else here or anything else here represent Bond or JLP, okay? Info may be false, of course, right? Take everything with a grain of salt. Know for yourself or know that you don't know, am I right? Did Hank ever have a Jubilee, asks Son of Liberty LGB in the live chat on Rumble. I did a Jubilee. I never banned Mark well, I did ban him years ago, and then I unbanned him in the Jubilee. Okay, so he is a beneficiary of the Jubilee. I have not Jubileed other people who are respectfully arm's length banned, right? I even keep the non-banned people at arm's length, you know? I think it's just wise. Very generous super chats and coffees already coming in. Thank y'all. You can super chat. You are welcome to call in. Some of you already on hold. Shout out. I hope and pray and intend to get right to y'all. What else is there? There's mess going on in the world. It's so interesting. A side note, okay? Let me present a little bit of news, not present, but just talk about briefly. I can't explain. There's too much time. Let me sum up. Trump is announcing that he's going to be suing in the next couple of weeks, the next fortnight, meaning 14 nights, right? Which is 2 weeks. I heard, if I understood it correctly, he will be suing the, I guess, JP Morgan Chase or something? For what? For the terrible thing that's been going on. It's un-American, I say. Going on, debanking. The debanking of our fellow Americans, including our greatest president himself. I didn't know that. I don't know if I knew that. Meaning I forgot if I knew and stuff like that. They were debanking our greatest president. So it's encouraging to me. You know, it's nice. I don't really expect justice in this old world. Look at that, a lifeguard tower, unattended. Because it's, I don't know when this was, February, March 2025. So who's going to go swimming in there at that time? Some surfers. They go all year round. I don't like the frame drop, and that's my problem because I'm streaming it. I'm streaming the YouTube video. Okay, so right on. You know, because there's been like the marginalized white Americans, some of them, have been debanked. Trump, marginalized, or they try to. They try to marginalize him. They try to marginalize people, and some of them have successfully been marginalized. You know, I'm using a liberal word, marginalized. It's kind of a communist buzzword, but I'm using it on people who are not your typical sympathized by communists people. Nazis, if you will. They call them Nazis. They call Trump that. They call our greatest president that. They call our future president that. To the point where he has to go by Bitcoin. There's people who are like in hiding debanked. You can only pay them by Bitcoin. And that, to me, is un-American. It's evil. The First Amendment. Read about it. Am I right? To quote that evil version of... What's the first name of the governor of Florida? Because there's another guy who has the same first name. And he's an actor. He was in Hellboy. He was Hellboy. Don't say that word, kids. Hey, get to the chopper. They're conducting practice sessions there. You see that helicopter thing? It's like a medical helicopter or something, or a Navy or Coast Guard or something. Look at that. Look at the shadows. So fun. Oh, nice. So cool. You want to hear the racket louder? Let me pump up the volume. It's gone. Look at the cracked ground. It looks like a Starflyer 59. Cracked clay, dirt that must have clay in it, because otherwise why would it do that? Or is dirt naturally like that? Look, it's dirt cookies, dirt pies. Where are we? Haiti? Shout out. I'm kidding around. Look at that. So cool. Interesting, huh? If you're watching the video feed, you're looking at dirt. But dirt that's like smooth on top, because it's dried mud. With a clay surface, it's like a centimeter or, a quarter inch, something like that. Maybe less. Thick. Over on the seashore. Off of the seashore. Because the cliffs collapse because they're dirt cliffs. And then it goes into the thing. Anyway, we got to get started here. So anyway, y'all, let's just get right on with the show.
1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
Hey guys!
Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report. The Hake Report. La la la.
So, how y'all doing? I'm fine. I'm just wearing a nondescript shirt. Won't tell you where I got it. Pocket tee. Protect me from art. Gotta protect my pocket from art. Arty art, that is. Who might feign a threat to rip it. So cool. Pardon me, I'm a little distracted, as you may know, that I couldn't stay on time. I wasn't on time with my timing was off. Terrible on that intro here. I want to get to some calls. Okay, I'm looking at my preparation for these things. So, but I'm glad that I got a little bit about that debanking stuff and Trump. And nice. So I'm reminded of the Jews, the Israelites, who wanted a little more justice, a little bit of justice. They would pray for justice in this world, but you can't expect that. Thank you, Thor Mode, for your super chat as well, sir or ma'am. Kidding. But let me get to Haden in Tejas, Texas. Haden, thank you for calling and holding there, sir. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going, Hake?
Going well, thank you.
Good. I was trying to call you. I was going to call you yesterday on one of the worst holidays of the year. But
yeah, holy. It's only holy in that the Lord made the day, but it was made unholy, an unholy day, by man.
Yeah, I thought you were about to say the Lord. I thought you were about to say the Lord made that holiday. I was like, the Lord did not make that holiday.
No, I don't think so. I don't
No
think the
way.
Lord was involved in that mess.
That is Satan.
Yeah, we're talking about MLK Day, Martin Luther King Jr. Day, which was pushed for by these phony, ridiculous, silly black Democrats for decades, and Ronald Reagan finally relented. And as he was signing this bill, signing this holiday, so-called national holiday, into law, I think he was saying, "Oh, we'll find out in a few decades what this man was really about, whether he was a communist or not. But here's this law." So I think he begrudgingly signed it into law. Crazy.
Yeah, he shouldn't have.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yep.
But so next month is so-called Black History Month, and that's the shortest month of the year.
Shout out.
We have White History Month in July, and that's one of the longest months of the year. So
that's right.
Now that was God's hand in that situation right there.
Indeed. JLP, led by the Spirit of the Lord. Nice.
That's right. I also saw two of his clips that he posted on his social media about all the stuff that's come out about MLK in the recent years about him being a homosexual and all this stuff. I boosted those videos.
Oh, really? So, I hadn't heard that. Dang. But yeah. Okay.
That's a pretty well-known thing that's come out about him. He's I don't want to use the O word, but he participated in homosexual O's, if you know what I mean.
I'd rather not find out.
Yeah.
That stuff is so like vulgar. Word. Yeah.
Yep. Exactly right.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah.
You saying JLP posted that?
One of his guests said. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but one of his guests has researched Martin Luther King.
Chad O. Jackson.
He came across. Yes, exactly right.
What I remember from Chad O. Jackson was he wasn't really concerned about the degenerate things he may or may not have done in his personal life, and some of the stuff is sort of well known. I heard he was a smoker. Is that true? Anyway,
I've heard about that.
I could be wrong, but I might not be wrong. Maybe I'm confusing him with Obama. But anyway, he's more concerned about his actual like communism, which was far more destructive and evil. The things that he stood for, total wolf in sheep's clothing. It was a pretense of good, but it was pure evil. It's like mothers try to act like they're for what's right, but it's not right at all. But the intellectuals fall for it. That's far more evil and destructive.
And it makes
personal out of control perversion. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, yeah, exactly. But like it makes absolutely no sense because we're told that he's a noble Christian Republican and all this stuff, but his followers and supporters are as liberal and as woke as all get out.
Yeah,
it makes no sense.
Totally. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, we've been told that he's a Republican, he's a devout Christian, he was an honorable pastor, he was a doctor, all this stuff.
We were told that he would be rolling over in his grave if they were using if he were able to, if he were to find out that they were using the black struggle for the gay rights, but don't know if that's actually true.
That.
Yeah. Terrible.
He participated in those things.
He definitely had a guy who was of that ilk pushing stuff. What a mess.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. The apple does not fall far from the tree. So
nice.
It says a lot about this movement. But yeah, I heard Mark. That was a great call by Mark yesterday. I hope he stays strong and calls in more. But,
nice. Yeah. Shout out.
Yeah, but when he brought up about what Ronnie called, I just ignore what Ronnie said, that I'm not a racist. It's pretty self-explanatory by my views that I am. He just says that to make people not listen to me or listen to anything I say. And also he brings up the fact that I'm like 20 years younger than he is, just so people don't listen to me. But I beat him on all the points, and I prove him wrong every time he calls in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Mark, I did not did not say I'm not a racist. I never once denounced that at all.
Right.
Not once.
Yeah.
So
It's
that was
such a
just,
dumb thing to like deny, because it's such a dumb fake accusation. Like, you're speculating about what somebody feels and thinks and imagines in their own mind, and you don't even, the accuser, meaning these people, they don't even know themselves. They don't realize that
Exactly
they are
right.
what they're accusing others of being, which is unjustly judgmental.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
I mean, he just said that for people to discredit me, not to take me seriously on anything I say. But
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
but he
It is
knows,
sort of
he knows.
condescending, huh?
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And also when he said that I've been indoctrinated by racists or whatever, I told you, I did it myself May 2020. My parents are normie conservatives. They still
Right.
believe that the Jews are God's chosen people. All that. I don't talk to them about that stuff.
Yeah.
I learned it myself. But again, he just wants to discredit me. Doesn't want me to come across as reliable.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like I've been nothing but honest and truthful every time I call in. And if I do get anything wrong, you correct me, or I call in some other time and correct myself. But,
Right. Yeah. I chalk it up to, I'm joking when I say this, ageism. He's being ageist.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, he looks down on you for being younger. Shout out.
And he wants to use that to his advantage. Oh, yeah, he's young. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
I think what it is,
he
he
can't beat me on the point.
You know how being white comes with things? Being white
Right.
tends to come with putting on your seatbelt when you get into a car, even if your friends don't.
They're law-abiding.
Being law-abiding, being fair-minded and stuff like that, and being on time. And being white comes with things like that. And then being black seems to lately come with being more communist-minded and victim-minded and feeling sorry for the downtrodden and things like that. And so he thinks, or I don't know if Ronnie specifically thinks, but other people, intellectual blacks, have thought that I didn't like Obama because he was black. Well, it was not because he was black. It was because he was black and he was black on the inside.
You worked with JLP.
Yeah, he had those black false values. Yeah, I didn't even, and the reason I came to JLP was because of the spiritual thing. It had nothing to do with politics or race or anything. It was because I knew that I was wrong. I wanted to be a better Christian. And I was lost or whatever. And so, in a sense, it is because Obama's black, because he's the black mindset. And then similarly, Ronnie claims that he doesn't look down on anybody else because of their race. He doesn't think he's better than anybody because of their race. But which
is a lie.
But in a sense, because of your race, you're thinking your way. And so he is looking down on you in a sense. It seems like he looks down on people anyway. Because of their race.
Exactly. So people like Ronnie and
shout out.
I'm forgetting his name. The guy in Kentucky. What's his name?
John. Kentucky John.
Yeah. That's right. These guys would be far right conservatives in Africa. They don't believe the things they're saying on your show. They just want to bring America down, confuse the quote unquote independents. They don't actually believe the stuff they're saying. They're just wanting to confuse the quote unquote independents that listen to your show or whatever. Does that make sense? They would be as far right and conservative as possible in Africa to make Africa great. If that's possible.
I see what you mean. Yeah. Yeah,
if that's possible to make Africa great.
They're nationalist and racist for what they believe in. Yep.
And they're trying to bring America down.
Yeah.
Like for an example, did you hear what John in Kentucky said that he thinks that some country's going to bomb America since Trump's in power now? Like that's just wishful fairy tale thinking. He said that yesterday.
Yeah, he said that he doesn't think there's going to be another presidential run or something like that.
He did, and he did not say that about Biden Harris.
Yeah, crazy.
They're snakes. That's who they are.
Yeah.
They're snakes.
Well, people are blind, man. People are not really aware of themselves.
Yeah, exactly. And he also said if whites and blacks didn't integrate with each other, that the blacks would have been ahead of what that is just so. you have to be so blind to be seeing that.
They would be better off for themselves.
They'd be better off.
Yeah. But
it's a fact. It's a fact. Whenever non-whites and blacks are suppressed, they do better, and that's a fact. Jim Crow was actually Jim Crow was a blessing in disguise for blacks because they were at their peak. They weren't enslaved. They were separated from whites, and they're at their peak. They are at their lowest point they've ever been in right now.
Yeah.
It's because we're integrated with them.
Yeah.
And that's a fact.
And the Bible talks about things like, God, don't let me be too poor so that I'm tempted to steal, and don't let me be too rich so that I forget about you and break your laws. And right now, everybody is way too rich and spoiled. And so blacks will say, oh, we're doing better off financially than ever, and we're businessmen and educated and all that stuff. But it's brainwashed and prideful and spoiled. And even the ones who are below the so-called poverty line, like I said yesterday, living like kings and degenerate, and blowing the taxpayer money, if you will, on foolish things. A mess.
Exactly right. They're just giving stuff from the whites. I mean, the whites work and they receive the government money from the whites.
Yeah.
It's a cycle.
Totally, man. It's communism.
Yeah, to say the least. But yeah, I just wanted to call in and say that call with Mark, you and Mark yesterday, that was awesome. And I hope he stays strong and keeps calling in.
You know he will.
We need you and Mark.
Do you want to talk with Kentucky John?
Why not?
All right. John in Kentucky. John, you are on the air with Haden in Texas.
What's up, KFC, John?
First of all, the call with Mark and Hake yesterday was Hake getting completely blasted by Mark. So if you find it entertaining, I'd like him to call in every day and do that.
No, they had good dialogue.
That was not a good dialogue. That was just Mark ranting and showing his anger and rage for like 10 minutes.
It was good dialogue. See,
but yeah, man,
you're for revisionist history, so.
Man, whatever.
It was just a disagreement between two white gentlemen, and it didn't concern you, John.
Exactly right.
I mean, it was entertaining, but it was not educational. Like it wasn't filled with anything. It was just you getting blasted, reprimanded. But Haden,
that's fair. There was some anger in there. Go ahead.
Oh, it was a lot of anger. Haden, what is your opinion of black people?
Of black people?
Yeah, black people.
I don't wish death upon anyone. I think that I believe wholeheartedly in remigration. I believe that y'all had the right to exist in Africa, not in America. Y'all have no place here in America. The Constitution was revised so that you're able to call into this show. If it wasn't revised at all, you wouldn't be able to call into the show, John in Kentucky. That's a fact.
That's your opinion?
That's a fact.
That's your opinion. That's your opinion of black people.
I believe y'all have the right to exist in Africa, not America.
I don't think you know how stupid you sound, Haden. You sound completely ridiculous.
John, everyone calls you low IQ, not me.
This is 2026. This is 2026, and you still talking about going back to Africa, a place that no black American has ever been before. Do you know how stupid you sound?
Says you, John in Kentucky.
So when Ronnie
everyone
calls you a
low
racist,
IQ.
I mean, not a racist. He says you're not a racist. You are a racist, and you are filled with hate for black people. Do you realize
John,
that?
I got a question for you.
Do you realize that?
I do. I acknowledge that. Yes, John in Kentucky.
Okay, there you go. You're full of hate, which means
can I have a question?
Which means you're evil. And nothing you say is credible.
Evil.
Credible.
Here we go. I'm evil. When you
call yourself a Christian. You call yourself a Christian, but you admit that you hate.
You call in and you brag about quote unquote enslaving Hake and the white race in the future. You say that
in the future.
Yeah, in the future, and you brag about that, and you call yourself God's chosen people. Are you
brag about hating? You brag about hate God's chosen people. That's what you do.
So do you.
You brag about.
So do you.
You're not God's chosen people.
John,
you're not God's chosen people.
John, I have a question for you. Why
if you can get it out,
so
put all that stuttering and get it out.
John, I have a question because you keep interrupting me. John, why are you so adamant about staying in America when you hate whites so much?
Dude, I'm from here.
No, okay, but you're ethnically not an American. So why are you so adamant?
My what is not? What'd you say?
You are ethnically not an American. You have a white president and a white vice president.
Listen,
all
idiot.
All the founders
listen,
are white.
Idiot.
All
listen,
of the founders.
What do you
calling.
think? Where do you think your forefathers came from?
Europe.
You want to start the race. You want to start the race once you got here and settled. That's where you want to start the race from. Start it from before then.
But isn't that reasonable?
Why don't
they
it's
are
not
settlers,
reasonable.
John.
Didn't
John,
God?
You are so upset, dude.
John.
I'm not upset. I'm just showing how stupid Haden is.
But didn't
and
God?
You co-sign it. You stupid
everything
too.
I'm saying is correct.
I know, but hold on. Didn't God?
I only got like a minute or so.
Okay, didn't God give the Israelites the land of Israel? It wasn't theirs at first. They weren't there first.
That's God giving it to them. God didn't give y'all America. Y'all took America by killing people.
John, you have no argument whatsoever.
But we also made deals.
I do have an argument.
I'm telling you the evidence. You have no argument.
But isn't that the way of the world?
Telling somebody to go back to Africa that have never been to Africa. Does that make sense to you?
Your people were brought here by ships to serve white. You have nothing to be proud of.
You're right.
I think it's a good thing. I think it's to be proud of to be a servant. I think it's a good thing.
No. You guys are going to be servants. That's what's going to happen.
Oh, here we
you
go.
guys are going to be servants.
Here you are sinning,
I'll
John
be a good
Kentucky.
servant. Hopefully.
That's the Bible, Hake. That's the Bible. The Israelites were...
Okay, last word since you only have a minute.
All right.
Last word, go
ahead.
ahead.
All right, listen. Yeah, the Israelites were made to be servants. Be quiet, Haden. Be quiet, Haden.
One at a time.
The Israelites were made to be servants because they sinned against God. But God told them, if you come back and follow my commandments, that he's going to put us over the people who oppressed us. And that's you guys. That's all you guys do is oppress and take and steal and murder and rob. You guys are not righteous people. You want to do all this negative stuff and act like you're righteous and tell somebody to go back to Africa? Who came and got us from Africa?
The Jews.
Because you guys are lazy. You guys are lazy and you can't do your own work.
Now we're lazy.
Hey, man, we're not built for so much
government.
Sunshine, man.
You receive welfare checks, John, in Kentucky.
Hey,
you can't talk about lazy.
I don't receive welfare. I don't receive welfare at all.
All right, last word, Haden. Last word, Haden. Go ahead.
Haden, you need to get a life.
John, you better get off the phone and return to your white boss. You're going to be late for work.
I don't have a white boss, stutterbox.
Pretty good conversation, guys. It's very interesting how you are at an impasse.
That man is an idiot.
You guys are living in two different worlds.
Yeah, all he's calling me is an idiot. It's pretty self-explanatory about who won this debate.
Hey, let me ask you a question before I go, Hake.
Okay.
Hey, let me ask you a question.
All right.
Do you think that black people will ever go back to Africa? Be honest.
Not really.
No, it's never going to happen.
Yeah.
So that's wishful thinking from a racist. That's it. Wishful thinking. It's not going to happen.
But there's nothing wrong with a little racism.
You got to come up with something else to be mad about.
But you think that the whites, whatever, your beliefs are racist too, John, if you will.
No, it's biblical. It's biblical.
Racism.
Mine is biblical.
But our racism is kind of common sense-ish too. You know, we can rationalize our racism too.
But I gotta go, man. I'll let y'all.
Take care. That was pretty fun. Thank you, Haden.
No, but hey, the reason why his people have no history to be proud of whatsoever, and that he had nothing but just call me an idiot, call me stupid, he called me uncredible. That's all they have. That's all they got.
I think that
I was on offense and he was on defense the entire time.
In terms of nothing to be proud of, I mean, especially like the last 60, 70, 80, 100 years, 150 years maybe. It's been pretty disgraceful. It's gotten only like worse. But
They are at their worst point
yeah,
ever
I think
right now in 2026.
I think that there are individuals who are honorable men among the blacks, and per capita, they were probably much more honorable, I would assume, during, like you said, the Jim Crow era, when they were a little more free and not brainwashed on a mass scale by this devilish mama communism thing, the victim
Exactly right.
identity thing.
I agree with JLP's approach. A lot of blacks are good. A lot of blacks are individual ones are good, but most of them are filled with evil, hatred towards white people.
Yeah.
And it's because we actually have history to be proud of. They had slavery. They had quote unquote Jim Crow that they for some reason feel victims about, and now they're free supposedly, and they are at their worst point they've ever been in their existence ever.
Yeah, it's so bad. Well, thank you, Haden. I appreciate it, man.
Thank you. Have a good day now.
You too. Bye.
Goodbye.
Beautiful Maze out of the sundown town of Dayton, Ohio. How you doing, Maze? Thank you for calling.
Hello, James. How are you?
I'm fine.
I'm just listening to the miseducated Haden. What is a white vice president and a white president got to do with anything?
What are you talking about? I missed what point he made about that made you...
He said we got a white president and we got a white vice president. So what is it supposed to mean? That's working for everything except America.
What? Are you talking about Trump and Vance?
Yeah.
They're working for America. What do you mean working for everything except America?
What are they doing for America? Please tell me.
They're deporting the illegals, which is a good thing. They're bringing down the crime, sending the National Guard. What's that?
So they're deporting the illegals, but they over in the illegals countries doing what to them?
Well, they're cracking the whip in beautiful Venezuela for the beautiful Venezuelan people, trying to make that country better and better for us as well.
And you believe in what you're saying?
Yeah, I do, because Venezuela pulled a fast one on some of our beautiful big oil companies, and those oil companies need some justice. And
right.
So there was other things going on, drugs allegedly, and Tren de Aragua, and that guy, nobody in the world thought that guy was a legitimate president, so we grabbed the illegitimate president and let his vice president woman take over for the time being.
In other countries, making them upset with America, and they can't travel anymore.
No, but I think overall the world is happy with us. They're happy.
The world is not happy. In your mind, that's what you want to act like. You're happy.
I know that
the world is not happy.
Well, I know that, but the Venezuelans are happy. And if you ask normal people, is it a good thing that Maduro is out? Most people think it's good that he's out.
Oh no, you said the ugly American.
What's wrong with being ugly?
It is the ugly American.
Don't be ugly phobic.
Killing and destroying.
Huh?
And then gonna run after they mess up everything. Can I finish?
Okay.
After they done mess up everything, then they're gonna try to give it to somebody else to straighten it out.
But anyway, that's good for America.
That's not fair. And we're eating. Tell him after slavery, there was a whole different world.
Right.
Black people were doing very well.
Yeah.
Got burned out.
He agrees, though. Hayden agrees.
No, Hayden, no, nothing. He just walk around.
He said you guys were doing very well during the Jim Crow thing.
Who came? His ancestors came in and destroyed it. And to this day, they still don't want him to get back to where
we came in and his ancestors came in and built it. Didn't destroy it.
They did it on their own.
You have to destroy some stuff in order to build. Like you have to clear the land. What's that?
I was in a museum last week. And this man gonna walk up and tell me he was a historian. I'm like, you got a lot of stuff missing in this museum. What is it? I had to pull out and show him where he was wrong in all of the fake stuff that they had in that museum. Some of it was fake and some of it was real. And then when it came to Martin Luther King's birthday, and Martin Luther King, there was somebody before him. But y'all just so messed up in the brain that everybody's coming to get the CWPs. and the CWBs have been mistreated, because that's what you hear out of J.D. Vance. Was that a complaint?
That was yes, it was a complaint, but it was a valid acknowledgement, and he was standing up for the downtrodden and the marginalized white Americans.
Most downtrodden is poor people like Eden and all the rest of them that's poor.
You calling Haden Eden?
Huh?
You calling
Hayden? Whatever his name.
Eden? Okay.
Yeah, he's poor. He don't have nothing. That's why he's complaining. And
wait. You don't know that?
Oh, yes, I do. Just listening to him. He ain't been nowhere.
Well, people just listening to you think that you're on welfare, but I don't think that. I don't think that you're on welfare, but other people assume that you're on welfare.
But you all think that the welfare trophy goes to black people, but it doesn't.
Per capita, it does.
Neither way. It's just like I said, the biggest welfare king is Elon Musk.
Based.
Elon Musk. But y'all don't look at that.
At least he's productive
with his welfare.
When you tell somebody that was born in this,
did
you notice, Maze, beautiful Maze, that Elon Musk is productive with his welfare?
Where did he get the money from? He got it from us.
I know, but he's doing something with it.
Nobody.
I know, but he's doing something with it.
Black people don't have the choice to make up with their money where it goes and who it go to. Because if they give black people,
jealous.
Black people had the same thing. If their money would ride like everybody else's.
I didn't know you also wanted to speak with Haden. My bad.
Yes, I wanted to ask him a question.
Okay.
What makes him think the Caucasians got to rule and tell people what to do and how to think for them? Just like I said, people had a life after slavery. And why did they burn those towns down? And I want him to explain it to me. Since he always told me what black people can't do, and black people this and black people that. If you burn somebody out,
Haden is a man, and it is...
Your ancestors burned up people's town that were doing well, banks, newspapers, and all this stuff, and they burned it up.
That's because you couldn't get along with us.
What?
You guys couldn't get along with us, so we had
to... No, they had nothing to do with getting along with you.
There was riots.
Riots? What are you talking, Jay? It sounds like you're missing out on something, too.
No.
If you learn things that you don't know,
okay, we already heard about the Tulsa riots. That was mutual.
I'm not talking about Tulsa. Tulsa was not the only one.
Okay, well, tell me about another one where there wasn't a riot, because Tulsa was a riot.
They had their own places. You know, like the place out in California, they just gave those people their property back. That was taken away from them.
Yeah.
How do you think they would, if they would have had their own land and doing what they needed to do with it when they were doing it? They'd be prospering.
Maybe.
So you have the poor don't want
maybe not.
Like I say, we're your conscience.
Maze, are you aware that rich people sometimes, especially their children, squander their wealth?
I didn't know. This was not squandering. This was taken away from them.
No, I know, but you're claiming that you're claiming that if they were allowed to keep it, they would be prosperous. But that's not necessarily true.
I had one sitting in the White House today that squandered the profit from they took from the other part of the family. So what are you?
Maze, you're talking when I'm talking, and I can't catch what you're talking about when you're talking when I'm talking. One at a time.
I'm listening.
But no, I want to listen.
Oh, how can you educate people when you don't know nothing? But he get up running because of his burial for he sees things, and he don't see nothing except nothing but Caucasians, white. God didn't put only white people on this earth.
Right. Yeah.
But y'all act like he did.
No.
And he not putting them over here to rule, because there's only one ruler, and it's not you all.
I know, but like white people per capita seem to have better rules and rule following and rule establishing than you guys.
Jealous and envy, that's what you've always been, jealous of the black man.
No, people that's you.
Jealous and destroy everything they get.
No, you.
You find a new way to do it and think people don't see.
Not you personally, of course.
But black people know how to survive.
No, that's how black people. You just described black people calling them white.
I don't care what's been done to them, but they still know how to survive.
Well, everybody's supposed to survive. Nobody's trying to kill everybody.
What?
Nobody's trying to kill everybody. Come on.
I'm saying nothing about killing. I'm talking about surviving.
But you said survive. You're surviving. Give me a break. That's like the Epstein survivors. Like Epstein was having the S word with them and then killing them. That's not even true.
Epstein is a part of y'all DNA. Whatever happened there is a part of y'all.
So same with you.
I want to admit it.
I heard that we all share 90-something% DNA. So he's part of your DNA too. He's a human.
You destroy people's lives, and then you turn around and tell them they never did anything.
What did Epstein do that's so bad anyway, Maze?
You watch him get destroyed, and then you want to sit here and you call about complaining? So from your ancestors to mine, after slavery, the slaves had a life, and it was destroyed and was never, ever put back together. So if you get a puzzle and you lose the piece, what happens? You're always trying to find it.
You throw it away.
What?
Or you just put it together without that one piece.
No, it's something in the way. No, it was never together again.
It's kind of
So you had a life.
it's kind of an object of interest when it is missing a piece.
The poor ones came out of like poor Caucasians.
It is imperfect perfection.
When I hear one speaking, he's full of anger and hatred.
Who?
Poor Caucasians. They're the problem with their own.
Rich Caucasians are rich Caucasian white people, CWPs. We're angry too.
No, the ones that didn't have to steal to get where they are, they're okay. But the ones that didn't, they're always gonna have to put the black man down and say black people down and they never did anything. Don't have no clue.
But you did stuff.
Well done. So that's why free your mind and let your brain work, do some history, and find out things that you don't know before you try to have an argument with somebody.
That's why we listen to guys like Bill Lockwood and Chad O. Jackson, people who've looked into the history because we're trifling and lazy to look.
Up history. Bill Lockwood not going to tell you the truth either.
Yeah, huh?
So
he'll tell us the facts.
You get upset with everything, but you look at the Bible. What was it? What's in the Bible? A whole lot of fighting, stealing, and all
wisdom, stuff like that.
But then you get upset when somebody tries to tell you about it.
Who?
So there's a lot of history. And then when you hear somebody say, go back to Africa.
Because you know what, Maze? Like JLP said, the devil likes to teach.
Really?
Yeah, so we don't want you telling us about what's in the Bible.
Devil likes to teach.
And some people don't want...
I like to hear something.
There was a wise man once said in church with Jesse Lee Peterson at Bond, don't be giving unsolicited advice.
No, it's not advice.
Yeah.
It's not advice. It's learning. You learn by experience, not advice.
Nice.
If you had experience, if you get an experiencing thing, a whole lot different comes to your life. Is it like you never had a wife or a girlfriend? Somebody that have can tell you how it feels to have one, because you can't tell anybody because you never had one. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
You didn't come around to tell the black person to go back to Africa. Ask them if God came back and put everybody where they should be, where would he be? And you too.
Right. No, but I'm not saying they... Well, the ones
and you
who
go
are...
right along with them. So get rid of y'all Caucasianness, your CWP, get rid of it.
Yeah.
And get rid of thinking you can tell black people what to do, because you're going to be trying to do it for your life and the one coming behind you life if you don't stop it. Because it's not working.
Isn't this America? Aren't you telling us what to do by telling us to stop telling other people what to do?
Say black person, I can tell you because you're not black.
You're telling me what not to do.
We've seen this before. So after slavery, if black people were doing good, had their own everything, and it was taken away from them, but in your head you won't accept it. So what did you think those people should do?
Which people?
They had those things.
They had what?
Had their own land and their own shops and everything.
And their stuff taken away.
They need the government. And by the way, it was a black lady had to lend America money. It wasn't a Caucasian woman. It was a black woman. But you always so much you gotta have a Caucasian, a vice president, and all these things. We always saving you from your dirty deeds that you do. Y'all haven't gotten it.
But we do our dirty deeds dirt cheap.
That's why I think you like black people. Because you know we can save y'all.
I really like black people.
You know what Roseanne Barr said? You remember what she said on Just the Show?
She kissed up to black people.
Huh?
Roseanne Barr kissed up to black people because she likes them.
No. She didn't kiss up.
Jewish.
She was just like you all too. But anyway, she knows what time it is.
What time is it?
Oh, she knows what time it is.
What did she find? What did she say? Can you remind me?
That we saved you. Now, one day we're gonna stop saving y'all from y'all dirty deeds that y'all do, and we're gonna just sit back and look at you.
In what way did you guys save us?
That's why I think you like black people.
I really like black people.
I know you do,
yeah.
But you try to pretend and be a shock jock to fool other people.
No, but I also really believe the things that I say.
What?
I really believe the things that I say, but sometimes I go back and I'm like, why did I say that?
Sometimes
in the moment, I'm thinking I believe what I'm saying, but later on, that's why I disclaim, because I don't represent myself.
Oh, that's right. Well, if you represent yourself, you'll be a better person.
Nice.
Did you ever thought about that?
My words would be pure.
Yeah, Haden, he out here being loose and all wild. He don't understand nothing. He's just out here, like a chicken with his head cut off.
Well, don't judge him. He's young.
I'm not judging. I'm just telling him to go find himself. and leave black people alone, and never tell a black man or a black woman or a black person to go back to Africa.
Why not?
They were not born.
Isn't there a time for everything?
And what if they went back and looked and came back? What's that?
Then good for them. They had some
take
sense.
one need to take him along with them so he can understand.
I think he wouldn't mind you guys being
here. He wouldn't go nowhere because he's too afraid of his own shadow.
Well, it would be better if you were more like white, like you know, not complaining and blaming and accusing.
Just as I say, with your conscience, is it like the black man infiltrated the Klan? Yeah. You got to be smart to be doing stuff like that.
You're our conscience. Black people are white people's conscience.
Jealousy, y'all be better people.
Nice.
That's all I gotta say. And y'all have a good one.
You as well, Maze.
Fine. And those that don't like it, too bad.
Right on. Take care. Oh, she got me almost with the click, but that wasn't too bad of a click. The lines are almost full, guys. There's one line open. I wanted to get to Karen out of New York. New York. Karen, thank you for calling and holding there. What's up?
All right. No problem. Thank you for answering. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
Long time no hear. I'm okay. I will be better if you call me sometimes, but
I know.
I don't think that's going to happen. And since you answered my call right behind the wonderful Maze,
yeah.
She said, I think that you want to be black. I think you wish you were black. Hake.
No, I'm happy the way God made me, and I'm happy the way I and the devil collaborated to make myself, you know? I mean, it's just, I'm happy in my situation, and I'm too proud to wish to be somebody else.
Okay, yeah. I believe you a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm called you for something about something Jesse says, right? I want to get off all that black stuff, right?
Sure.
It's not necessary. That stuff doesn't even matter.
Exactly.
But you know how Jesse says that women are evil and belong to the devil and your mother don't love you?
Yes.
Do you believe that?
That women are evil and your mother doesn't love you?
Right.
Yeah.
Do you love your mother?
Yeah.
Have you forgiven her? Have you let go of your anger?
So-called. I did admit that I was wrong for judging her.
And what did you say to her when you went to her? That's what you said?
I was talking to both of them, actually, because we were talking about something that went down, and I had previously, years before, admitted that I hated them, but I didn't say that I'm sorry for hating them. And then later, I'm like, I'm wrong. I'm wrong for judging.
Do you remember what made you feel like you hate them? That you hated them?
You know what? I was actually living back with them after moving out a few times, college days and after college. And I moved back with them, and I think I was attending Bond and hearing that message about you need to forgive your parents. And I wasn't really aware of it, but I did recall being bothered and judging my father and my mother at different times and different moments for different things that they were doing and about and things like that. So I remember waking up one morning and realizing, man, I do harbor this resentment towards them. So it had to do with being kind of meddlesome, in my mother's case, and my father kind of enabling that, and the anger that they expressed and the worry when I didn't want them worrying. Well, my mother worrying. Okay, so my mother would worry, my dad would get mad about it because my dad was kind of protecting her emotions, and I didn't like either one of those things. So it was things along those lines. And then also I was kind of like a mama's boy, which is not the right thing. Consulting with my mother for wisdom rather than my father. And there felt like something was wrong with that.
Oh.
Yeah. And so my mother I'm a lot like my mother in that I'm silly and my mother's silly. That my dad has a pretty good sense of humor too, but anyway, my mother's like emotional, thinking, getting into her head, arriving at conclusions that don't really make sense to what my experience was when she's recounting some situations. I'm like, no, I don't remember thinking that way. But so I noticed that I'm like that. I noticed that the girls that I've gotten with have been like that. They'll judge and get into their heads, and I judge and get into my head. And so I realize I'm kind of like a woman in that way.
Mm.
And that's not right. That's evil. That's not love.
That's
Even
true. I
though
agree
even
with
though
you.
I may feel affection for these gals or for my mother, or my mother may feel affection towards me, that's not like the real unshakable God's love.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. And well, how old were you when you stopped resenting your mom?
Like 37. I'm just pulling a number out of the air, but it had to be like 40. Cuz 37,
Mm.
I remember that it was just a few to several years ago. You know how the years start passing? I didn't mark the date, but it was, I would say, around 40 when I realized I was wrong for judging her. Because I remember I even said it in a bond service that I felt no mercy toward my parents.
Were you suffering spiritually in any kind of way before you forgave her?
Definitely. I was really bothered by, because she was teaching me this sort of imitation Christianity. And I'm like, that's a cop-out. You know how the Christians will say, you can never change. You'll always be lost. Stuff like that. And
Mhm.
they say stuff that's factual, but they say it in the wrong way. There's a right and wrong way to tell the truth.
And after you forgave her, how did your life change for the better?
I think that it's more about the age that I got. I got a little wiser as I had experiences with other gals and her and family situations and things like that, and myself. And just, I think it's fortunate that I'm working where I'm working, where every single day, if I'm paying any attention, I get a little reminder of the basics, because Jesse is a back to basics type of person, and he presents that every day on the radio show and in church. So, because my mind is prone to wander into self and ideas about life. So I think that I've gotten a little wiser and a little less concerned, but I really think that that's more age related, maybe. I'm not sure. You know how a 40-year-old has a little bit more wisdom than a 25-year-old?
Mm-hmm.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have an 18-year-old son, and I think he hates me. And I apologize to him for things I don't even do.
Uh-huh. Oh,
and I listen
why?
to Jesse. I listen to Jesse too. I'm like, I'm sorry you feel that way, but it's not even my fault. But I am sorry. I hope it doesn't take him all the way up to 40 years old to forgive me for whatever he resented me about.
No, but that's sort of condescending, because you're not saying you're sorry because you were evil or whatever, or you're saying you're sorry he feels that way.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not
like
sorry. That's not apologizing. That's being like, I wish you didn't feel that way. But don't you want your son to be free to feel however way he wants?
Yes. I want him
Yeah.
to be his own man. I want him to know God firsthand for himself.
Right, but you don't. But no. That's not what I asked you. Don't you want to love your son enough to let him hate you?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I have to. I don't have a choice.
Nice.
But
you have a choice to let him hate you and not wish that he didn't hate you, and not hope that he doesn't take till 40.
or I'm just understanding what he's thinking and feeling as an 18-year-old young man.
Yeah.
Growing up in such a horrible world right now. And he can blame most of that on me because I'm his mother. He could be like, why did you bring me into this world?
Is he able to work?
He could be like that, you know?
Is he, let me ask you, is he able to work and take care of himself?
He's able to do that.
Nice. Is he doing it?
No.
Oh. Are you enabling him not to do that?
I'm enabling him to do that, but I'm not his influence. He has his dad there and a bunch of other people.
So his dad's spoiling him?
And that's what he'd rather do, but
okay. But you're
I hope he gets it together before it's too late. But with me, I'm like, you need to get a job. You need to finish. He did finish school, thank God. He graduated from high school, so he's only 18. He's on his way. It's just the beginning.
So
but
is he living with his dad?
Yeah, he is. He has to. He's 18 years old. If he
and so you're
can't
not
live
helping.
on his own, he's gonna live with dad.
You're not bailing him out at all.
Not at all. Whatever
Nice.
he wants, I will back him up on it. But I
What's
don't
that
want
mean?
him to throw his life away.
What do you mean back him up on that?
Anything good he wants to do when it comes down to his I want to start spiritually because I'm his mom. I'm just telling him, believe in God, pray to heaven, and do what you need to do to be a grown man one day. When you become a grown man, you'll be able to take care of yourself. I can't tell him, hey, this is what I want for you. I need to allow him to want for himself and to do for himself. So the only thing I'm trying to do is let him know, hey, I love you. I'm there for you. If you want to start a business, I got you. If you want to work over here, I'm going to help you go to the interview to get that job. Whatever you want to do as a young man to take care of yourself. I wish you no harm, no bad in your life. But he got to start thinking that for himself.
Yeah,
the influence that he has is like, I'm on my video game, Mom. I'm with my friends right now. I don't want to hear what you're singing, Mom. And I'm like, okay, you and your friends go ahead, play your video games. And when you finish that, pray to heaven, okay? Don't forget heaven is with you. Be a good person. That's it.
How does he take to your advice on that?
Yeah, he doesn't. It's
nice.
Like I know he hears me, but he's not listening to me. He's not taking anything I'm saying. Like, Ma, I'll let you know when I make up my mind. That's it.
Do you want to? Like, does that make you want to stop giving him that advice anymore?
Not at all. It makes me. I know. Heaven is like, don't you give? I will not give up on my son. No, I'm not. I wouldn't give up on anybody.
But it's not giving up on. I think it's better. It's not giving up on your son. You're kind of giving up on your son by advising him. You're like not trusting him or God to bring him back to reality because he knows that. It's kind of maybe irritating.
You are right. You're right about that. And heaven has been telling me, God Almighty has been telling me, get out of that boy's way. I got it.
Nice.
And I just started listening to that just last year though. Since he was graduating high school. So I'm not, God has told me to leave you alone. He got you. Whatever you're going to go through, I hope it's not too hard on you. And good luck. Be strong out there. Heaven be with you.
Nice.
I can't be over there. What you doing? Get over here and do what I tell you to do, not as I do type mess. That's just not how, no, I can't do that.
What do you think about the fact that you're not his mother anymore?
Well, I never considered myself to be his mother.
Nice.
I tell him, I'm your mom. I'm your mom. If you need me, you know how to get to me.
No, but you're just Karen now. You're Karen.
Listen, that's gonna take me back to being black because black kids don't call their parents by their name.
No, I'm not telling you to.
That's
yeah, no, I know that.
That's
Antifa stuff. I'm kidding around.
Yeah.
I'm just making the point that your job was to mother him until like 5 or 8 or 12 or whatever, to be a mother for that time. But mothering is a job. You no longer have that job. Yeah, you birthed him, but you can let him go completely and let him come back to you. You'll notice that with exes. Yeah. Exes or stuff like that, your relationship with them gets better when you let them go completely. You harbor no ill will, but you don't contact them. And then on occasion that you may contact, the relationship is so much better because you're not wanting anything from it either person, and it's nice.
That's so true.
Wouldn't that be nice to have with your son?
I'm just getting into that phase with him. I said I just started that last year. I've been praying to God, my son this, my son that. I've been crying, and God is just telling me, get out of his way. It was like heaven just sent me a message. Get out of my way. I got your son. You don't have to get him. I got your son. Move out of the way. What your son got to go through, he's going to go through. You don't need to be in the way.
Yeah.
And I've gradually, and I'm still I moved myself out of the way, and I let him go live with his dad, and I hope everything turns out right for him. That's all I can do.
Nice. Because you'll be surprised, people who look like they can't take care of themselves, they actually can take care of themselves a lot of the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Heaven told me I was in the way. You love your son, you can do that from a distance. Get out of the way. That boy got to grow up and live his own life.
Yeah.
Get out of the way.
Nice. So what do you think about JLP's message about women are evil, mothers don't have love?
In the beginning, I agreed with him because a lot of women are evil. I'd rather be in a room full of men who's not attracted to me than sit in a group of women. It's true. And there's no trust. They don't respect one another. It's always competition. And I've been surrounded by females my entire life, and it's hard to deal with. It is. And I'm like, damn, this female just evil and thinks she's on top of the world. I got to get away from that. So I've learned from those kind of females how not to be.
Yeah.
I'm a woman. I want men to like me. I like men anyway. I don't need to sit around a bunch of competition women who doesn't make any sense about life ever. Most of the females that I do get around, they complain. Everything is all bad, and they don't even see that they're the problem.
Yeah, true.
So I agree, but a lot of us, like Jesse says, we come to our senses one day and grow up and realize, I'm the problem. Let me not be the problem anymore.
It's fun talking with you, Karen, in New York.
It's not fun talking with you, Hake, because...
You said it's not fun?
No, it's not fun. It's not fun. You don't answer my emails. You got my cell phone number.
What if I lost it?
Hey, I'm going to email it to you right now.
I don't check my emails, so you have to follow up.
I know you don't check email. Yeah. You don't check my email.
Sometimes, well, it's not just yours, though. You're taking it personally when it's not personal.
No, I don't take it personal. I know you love me.
Okay, I did see some other gal sent me an email. A couple of gals have sent me emails over the years, besides you. And sometimes I do see them. And I don't always respond. You don't usually respond. But yeah, I appreciate it. Somebody sent me an email of this guy who sang exactly like Celine Dion. And I was like, wow. And he was Filipino, I think. Just side note. It made me appreciate that song from the Titanic.
I did at one point, though. I said, Hake is not going to open this email because he think I'm probably sending him a naughty picture or something.
I didn't think that. No, but you did send me that one where the guy had to beat that dog or something like that.
Oh, you saw that one?
I saw one of them.
I sent you one about the gorilla, Coco.
Uh-huh. Big Bump says, believe me, Karen, it's not personal. Yeah, Big Bump sent me Merry Christmas, and then a week later he sent me Happy New Year, and it took me 3 days later before I ever responded to him. And he's sometimes my co-host or guest.
And he's your friend. He
right.
You don't need
to answer
your
the text messages. I treat text messages like I treat emails now. So I'm not proud of it necessarily, but it's just I'm trying to explain to you guys. It's not professional. It's not right. I should be answering. I see comments, YouTube comments very frequently. But anyway, nice.
Nice. Okay, lastly, before we end this, can I just say all about this black stuff? I'm so sick of this.
Yeah.
Black this, black that. if you're evil, you're evil. It doesn't matter what color you are, how rich you are, where you've been, where you're going. Stop being evil.
Yeah.
I love white people, and I know whatever white people ever came across me, they love me too.
Right.
I probably in some of their wills, that's how much they love me. Poor little
Nice.
black old me. But all of this hateful for hateness, for Americanness, black that, white this, it's so unnecessary. People need to cut it out.
I agree. Thank you, Karen. Great call.
Okay.
All right.
All right. And the last thing, you're losing a lot of weight.
Am I?
Yeah.
In a good way or a bad way?
You look skinny right now. You look petite.
Well, I'm trying to exercise, and maybe I need to go back to size medium.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Keep the muscle. Keep the muscle.
Thank you.
Okay, Master Hake. It's been fun talking to you. I'm going to email you my cell phone number, okay, and my address and the directions to my house.
All
you
right.
can come over this weekend.
That's right. You invited me to a barbecue, and I bailed. I was a no-show.
Yeah. You didn't soak up, so I didn't have the barbecue. I was just going to be me and you. You don't have to be scared. You don't have to be scared. We can play categories and stuff. You don't have to be scared.
That's funny. I don't like games. That's my brother's stuff.
Oh, man, you're boring. Board games, especially categories, is fun.
All right. I might try it.
All right. We'll see each other one day. Don't have me take a plane over there.
That'd be cool. You could come to a women's forum and then stay through the weekend and come, not with me necessarily, stay in town.
So why am I coming if I can't stay with you? Cut it out.
And then
coming here to talk to some women.
Come to church on Sunday. Women's forum, third Thursday, church on Sunday.
I don't go to church.
Well, I know, but our church is fun.
No, it's not.
Oh, okay.
I watch out every Sunday, but not every Sunday. A couple of Sundays I missed because I was over here cleaning up.
You could podcast it afterwards as well.
Yeah, I catch it afterwards. But I'm happy to talk to you. I'll call you next year.
All right, Karen. Thank you.
Once a year. Tell Nikki on my set what's up. Tell Jesse that I'm a woman and I'm black and I love my son and I'm not evil anymore.
Nice. Right on.
I grew up. I used to be evil. But not
Karen.
anymore. Thank you. Have a blessed one.
You as well. Bye. All right, we're past the top of the hour. Before I get back to y'all's calls, I better do these super chats. MLK, Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday was the 15th of January, FYI. But it's irrelevant because he's not with us anymore. 1929. So I think my grandpa had been, when he was alive, was born in 21? I'm not sure. One of them. One of my grandpas. All right, so on a lot of coffees and super chats here. A couple from Thor Mode. Let Ivana debate Maze. I didn't see Ivana on hold, Thor Mode. That would have been amusing. Ivana is funny. And she's a woman. Can you believe it? See, women can be funny. Cute and funny was one gal that I knew. Cute and funny, because usually it's one or the other. It's me. 134 coffees, very generous. Great bearded Germanic warrior. Warriors from the land of white people. Take it up. Da shabang bang today. Not really, but almost, yeah. We honor warrior with hair like fire. Says, it's me. Thank you. Very nice. It's me. Much appreciated. Okay, so Popcorn gave this one, and he states, I've made this point a few times, but as we approach Black History Month, you guys are like really getting ahead of yourselves with this Black History Month stuff. I've come across several posts. I think it bears repeating as we approach Black History Month. made this point a few times. I've come across several, or at least a few, maybe more than a few, maybe even several, posts online with people still talking about black people's hair and how it looks, quote unquote, unprofessional. That mess, as JLP puts it. Popcorn continues, I personally know what it is to wake up on Sunday morning and smell a hot comb on the eye of the stove and hearing a sibling going, ouch, and yanking her head away because a regular comb is being run through their hair so they'll look, quote unquote, nice. As Dick Gregory put it, the late, great Dick Gregory, was he a comedian? He was definitely an activist. He was on the JLP show one time. When I was producer, I wasn't too bad of a producer in some moments. I had my moments. Not the absolute worst. Maybe the absolute worst. The bottom of the heavens pile. Because all of the producers have been heavenly. But anyway, as Dick Gregory put it, the ouch and the crying is God telling you you're in violation. Yeah, don't do that to a child. You're telling God, quote, hey, champ, I know you put the stars and the moon in the sky and the water in the oceans, but you didn't know what you were doing when it came to me and the reason you made my hair grow this way. Let me straighten it out for you. Once more, to the non-black people who don't like it, and to the black people who dislike the way their hair naturally looks, and want to spend $1 billion with a B dollars a year to quote unquote fix it, climb the highest mountain you can find and ask God, why did you do this to me? Tell him he made a mistake. And he shares an Instagram post. The melodrama, huh? Do-do-do-do-do. Is hot combing, black on black crime?
Here, myself, all of us were born with our hair like this, and we just wear it like this because it's natural. Because the reason
we're looking at a white-skinned, old school, I'm presuming an activist woman, very fit, but with a afro, and she's saying it's natural, and we wear it like this because it's natural. And in the bigger picture, there's a gal with a big old huge head of hair. Look at how long this hair is, and I think it's real. And it's more than mildly attractive gal, a pretty gal, though she is wearing makeup. And I'm not against makeup, but anyway, you can tell she's pretty even without the makeup. Even if she had like pimples and polka dots and splotchy skin, probably even still pretty because just look at the structure there. Anyway, this is from Jess the Blessed, playing Kanye West's Runaway featuring Pusha T. Whatever that is, it's Ye now. Kanye is his slave name, which I like, but he changed it. But anyway, this activist woman here continues pretending it's not a political statement, but here it goes.
For it, you might say, is like a new awareness among black people that their own natural appearance, physical appearance is beautiful and is pleasing to them. For so many, many years, we were told that only white people were beautiful. Only
And who told you this stuff? Nobody.
Straight hair, light eyes, light skin was beautiful, and so black women would try everything they could, straighten their hair and lighten their skin to look as much like white women. But this has changed because black people are aware, and white...
Oh, there comes the music. Copyright music, maybe. But I think I can still play it, right? Pardon me for pausing every 5 seconds here, Popcorn, and maybe over-explaining the situation here.
People are aware of it too because white people now want natural wigs. They want wigs like this. Dig it? Isn't it beautiful? All right. Brother here, myself, all of us were born with our hair like this, and we just wear it like this because it's natural. Because the reason for it, you might say, is like a new awareness among black people that their own natural appearance, physical appearance is beautiful and is pleasing to them.
Some black people can really pull off an afro, and it still, to me, looks all right. And maybe that's because I was raised after the 70s, after the heyday, And in some cases, it looks fine, great. And in other cases, it looks ridiculous. You know, that guy who looks like a clown. That one Colin Kaepernick guy. And his hair is not even like that black. It's sort of, it has some blackness to it, but it's not like full-blown black. It just looks silly. And she's saying two things. One, because it's awareness that it's beautiful, and others also because it's natural, and it's also a political statement. It's an anger statement. And I think, Popcorn, correct me if I'm wrong, but you don't necessarily have to damage yourself and damage your hair to make it look decent. For example, I cut my own hair, right? And the hair that I have, and it's more manageable and presentable, I think, shorter than longer. So just shorten it, and then it'll look fine too, and you don't even have to worry about that stuff. But if you like it long, anyway. Nice. Thank you, Popcorn. Happy early Black History Month. So what was your point? What do we? I mean, it is. A lot of times it does look really ridiculous. You're acting like you're presenting it. It seems like a false dilemma, Popcorn, in which you can be presentable without trying to turn it white hair. This is really like done by yourselves and not us, not the whites. I mean, I get that we will be like, hey, make yourself more presentable. And also this looks ridiculous. And, you know, the young people have like these strings in front of their eyes, you know, and it looks silly. And everybody has these crazy hairstyles. All right. So that's on hair and IG activism, political statement, black identity thing. All right. Sion, when is Ilhan Omar getting arrested for what she's been doing? Nothing is being done, but they're just talking about it. And what has she been doing? She's been running her mouth, spouting lies. I know that. And she's been pictured with a whole bunch of activists who end up doing things that are illegal and evil, or, you know, certainly un-American, you know, anti-American, at least. Is it American to be anti-American? I guess it depends on what you think is American. Not sure what specifically you mean, Sion, but Sion on Ilhan Omar. Chris, Dawn, sour lemon. You're making oh my gosh, lemon heads. My mouth is watering for lemon heads. But not Don Lemon's head. No, sirree, Bob Baru. No, sirree, Barbara Ann. Don Sour Lemon. Yeah, he is sour lately. Not in a sweet way. Just in a... He went off the deep end after Trump came on the scene. I suppose he was already going off the deep end. Is so desperate for attention since being fired by Commie Nonsense Network, CNN. Yeah, and he was fired. Why? Because he didn't get along with those gals. I guess some gays really don't kiss up to the gals necessarily, huh? Seriously, how terrible was he at his job? He's black and gay and still got canned. Laughing face with tears coming out sideways. Scrunched face. He needs to be locked up forever in the crazy house. I added that part, not Chris. And of course, I disclaim these comments. All right, I don't necessarily actually believe that, but it's not sane what he's up to. Now, there's mental health episodes that are a serious and direct threat, immediate threat to people's lives, and there are mental health episodes that are just disturbing the peace and imposing very ungentlemanly and unladylikely in people's church services and things, because he disrupted some white man's church service, and he pretended, I'm a Christian too. I accept that you think you're a Christian, sir, fellow Christian. My Christian brother, Don Sour Lemon, relax, all right? Except in places where you're never to relax. then be alert. Relax, but be alert, right? Don't be such a meddler mama. Thank you, Chris, for your thing about Don Lemon. Cesar or Cesar. Come on, Hake. Sup, Hake? Come on, man. I wasn't trolling you yesterday. He was asking me about numerology and life numbers. What did you even think I was trolling you about? The numerology question or the fact I value your opinion? No, I totally know that you value my opinion. Maybe you shouldn't, but you do. And nice. Besides, I guess you're right about the numerology thing. Nice. Well, that part I am right about. Also, you're right about the Freemasons. You know, when you state that not all of them are evil, you have to believe there are thousands of lower-level Masons who aren't in on the evil agenda and are just being used. Maybe even some high-level Masons. I don't know. It's funny how the Caledonian fellow said he missed hearing from Mark, and then Mark calls in a couple of days later, laughing face with tears. It was great hearing from him, though. Still one of my faves. Keep up the great show, man. Tan Dominican strong arm emoji. Thank you, Cesar. Or Caesar. Very nice. Sweet. Okay, not trolling. Mark. Sweet. All right, so Eric. After you forgave, how did your life change for the better? Forgiving lets go of resentment. Resentment is a story founded in hate. You go over things in your mind, or it's like a base assumption / thought that misdefines your false reality, your reality. Forgiving quiets the mind by letting go of the story. You don't have a life, you have a story in your head. The story controls your behavior without your permission. The story keeps you from being present. The story keeps you from being you. Indeed, man. It's distracting too, especially on like the short term. Or for example, on the short term, something happens and you're going over it in your mind, you remember it, and the other person may not even remember it, but you resented it. And so you reliving that story. A mess. Thank you, Eric, on resentment story. Defining your so-called life, which is a false mess of a story. Popcorn. Interesting advice that you gave to that caller about her son. So if she gets out of his way, leave it up to God. Tell him to do whatever he wants to do. No, don't even tell anything. Tell him anything. And he turns out screwed up. Blame the mom. What? If she does give him advice, start a business, get a job, common sense stuff like that, he doesn't take it and ends up screwed up, blame the mom. This is another one that you can't win for losing. That thing where I said, black people can't win. I forget what it was, but it's something like, you can't win for losing. Gaslighting type of advice you give. Gaslighting? He tells the mom, I'm not listening to you. I don't want to hear that. I'm playing my video game. Hake goes, nice. I just wanted to play video games all day with my friends, and my mom was talking about getting a job. She screwed me up. No, she screwed him up before that. Popcorn? Before he was 18. Unreal, says Popcorn. Karen was low-key applying pressure, man. Take the cues. Applying pressure how? What you mean? Applying pressure on me? Or applying pressure on him? It's not up to her to apply pressure on a grown man. He's 18 years old. That's doubly grown. At 12, she should lay off him. Because nothing more debilitating than an imposing mother, whether she's spoiling him or preaching at him. She's preaching at him. Keep on praying to God now. And she agreed with me. Popcorn, she could see for herself that I was right because she had been thinking, let me not talk too black, the same thing already like a year ago or this year or something to that effect. I guess that was a few weeks ago. So you're You're being more of a mama now, Popcorn, than Karen. But good for her. She's not the one taking care of him. The father's the one spoiling him. And it's not blaming the mom. The guy already blames her. Like she said, he already hates her. What do you do when somebody hates you? You lay off of them. When somebody rejects you, whether they hate you or not, they say, stay away. You stay away. I do blame her if she doesn't stay away, because she already knows to stay away or to lay off them. Like JLP said, the devil always wanted to teach. And what did Jesus say? Call no man teacher. You have a teacher within, the Holy Spirit. Trust the Holy Spirit in you to know what to do, and in the other person for them to know what to do. And let them fail if he fails. You're living in your imagination about if he turns out messed up. He said screwed up. I learned that's, when I said that in front of my Christian cousin, he's like, oh, you're not supposed to say screwed up. Because I guess that means something sexual. But it doesn't necessarily mean that. It's like, it's messed up. You know, when you tighten a screw or you strip the threading or whatever, you know, or you put it in crooked. Anyway, that's starting to sound bad. Let me just go over here. I think that might be caught up on these things. Here, oh, another one from Lori. My bad. Great call with Karen, says Lori. Oh, I learned my bad, and I'd never even liked saying that, you know? I heard it in high school. And now it's such a habit. It's probably a million habits that I repeat, and it's obnoxious to those who are aware of me, but I'm not aware of myself. Lori says, great call with Karen. The hardest thing for a woman to do is not to impose our will on our children, or to not impose our will on our children. No comment necessary there, Lori. Am I a grammar Nazi or a grammar commie? Anyone else for that matter. Control is not love, and it's so peaceful. Yeah, and easy. The easy way out is the right way out. To let go. Thanks, James, says Lori. Thank you, Lori. So, on Karen. What did I just do? Okay. Oh. William III, out of California. He's been on hold forever here. William III, thanks for calling and holding, sir. How you doing?
Hey, I'm all right. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you.
Hey, first of all, that's let me clear my throat. Karen Williams.
Yeah, isn't she cute?
Karen Williams. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Karen Williams. Okay.
The best.
Yes. Getting out the way.
Yeah.
Being a lady.
Indeed.
Look at her. Hey, Karen. Hey, your show was fired today, but William still wants to know where in the hell are you finding these Negroes?
Which ones, like Maze or?
Man, yes, definitely that chimp. And what about this other chimp?
I didn't find her. She
John
found me.
Kentucky, and then Ron. Let me say something about Martin Luther King. He said, "Well, I respect him." Yesterday, I didn't care. Man, Martin Luther King ain't did nothing for black people.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Right. Only in the way that the mama does it, which is a disservice.
Let me give you some fire.
All
the
right.
older I got, James, the more I realized the way they set things up and put Rosa Parks on the bus and made this big deal about Wall Street. Now, here's the deal, you chimp, Maze. I went to school in Tulsa. It's where I went to college.
Nice.
And that Wall Street you talking about don't look no better than Wilshire and Crenshaw. It's not all that. It's not the type of Wall Street that idiot think it is. And that's why I don't celebrate this stuff. Martin Luther King is the same old thing every year. What did he really do? If you really think about it, look at Brown talking about they didn't have a head start. You to give them something for having a late start. Man, we don't live in that kind of world, man.
Shout out.
That was a nice super chat. I appreciate it and everything, but I think Trump is doing a better job at getting the money coming back to America than anybody has before him.
Yeah. Yeah. The tariffs, the dealing with the fraud, dealing with it. It is so refreshing and just what we're supposed to be doing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And, shout out to Haden. You ain't got to apologize to nobody like John. See, the thing about it is kill yourself, die. Don't care about none of y'all. Kill yourself, die, and wake up and get two better parents next life. Okay? Because everybody ain't sitting up there talking about what they done did to, 200 years ago? Ain't nobody that got a real life sitting up talking about that stuff.
It's irrelevant.
Come on.
It's kind of like what, when one of my prior callers brought up something about, some people has got their homes taken by like eminent domain or whatever,
No, they didn't. I still own land from the 1919. So you lying. And a lot of people and families and white and Irish and Chinese, Japanese and black got land still, Mays.
Right.
You're lying.
But the point is, people can gain, can lose, can squander, can build up again. Just in a single lifetime, you can get all kinds of.
Still got great families out there that have something. These guys are lying to you, dude. Where did you find these Negroes from?
And an injustice.
Still ain't answered the question.
Well, she found me.
That is ridiculous. The thinking, the capacity of thinking is just ridiculous. And help us pull our bootstraps. Nobody does that. Nobody with a real life talks about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But still, it was fire and everything. And shout out to Ivana. They was talking about Ivana Spencer. She is hilarious.
I know. She is funny.
She is hilarious. She said Mays was talking on her neighbor's phone. I dropped the phone. I'm glad I got a case.
Nice. Shout out. See, ladies, listen to Hake. Proof. Good and evil ones. Yeah. But no, Martin Luther King didn't really do anything positive for black people, but make them pretty degenerate over the last, about 46 years. Yeah, what a shame.
He made them really sore in the butt about a lot of things. And Martin Luther, he didn't even really survive his own revolution. What was he when he died? And look, it was only probably, a good 60 years, 50 years after slavery that he pulled this off and everything. It was just a bunch of Marxism.
Yeah. Brainwashing. Somebody said he wasn't a Marxist, he was a democratic socialist. What's the difference? Brainwash the mob so that the mob votes in their own self-destruction. Duh.
That's true. And, the thing about some of the blacks that you talk to, bless their hearts, they don't really understand what you just said.
Yeah.
They don't know the difference. They don't know that that's not a good thing. Just like these protests and everything, they ain't nothing but a recycled version of the 60s. Golly, you're going to mess your life up for the next 20 years. And you put your hands on agents and stuff like that, you're looking at 8 years, 4 to 8 years, federal prisons, stuff like that, man. You're going to mess your life up.
Yeah, not good.
I just don't fall for it. It's really ridiculous. I'm going to let you scratch it on and get another caller, too, and everything.
I appreciate it.
Shout out to Mark and Karen Lewis. That is Karen Lewis you got.
Nice.
Karen Lewis. All right. Karen Williams, right? That's Karen Williams. That's Karen Williams. Sorry about that.
All right. Take care.
You take care.
Bye. And just so you guys know, their full names have historically been in the chat. That's why they say the last name. I try not to say last names for the sake of, preventing people from being doxxed. But they put their whole last names in there. Nice. Anyway, I have a quick super chat to get to, as well as reminding you to catch American Anchor Baby. All right. I did see a Popcorn's Thump Keg bought a coffee. Oh, but before I do that, Dlive.tv/ Here, let me just go here. I don't even know if I'm logged in on here though. Let's see if I can log in real quick. Will it do it? Verifying, log in. Don't look at my thingamajigger. Don't look at my password. Okay, so if I go here, I can open up the treasure chest. Here's the chest, y'all. And it's belated chest day because I always forget. Okay? So dlive.tv/ the Hake report. And shout out to these people. Let's hope they're not saying something degenerate. 555555565 Kilo Alpha Tango. Groovy Monkey, MX Murderer, and the rest. Number one here, Beta Legs, a 16-month sub streak. Shout out, y'all. Nice to see you. The redheaded stepchildren. And yeah, some people are not welcome in the D-Life crew. Terrible, I disclaim. All right, so congratulations, 555555565 Kilo Alpha Tango, Triple Order 5000, Groovy Monkey. You deserve it. Okay, so Popcorn states, I get where you're coming from, but there is a little bit of trolling nature to what you were saying to her, says referring to Karen. I mean, the nice thing was like a little tongue-in-cheek, but I wasn't trolling. I wasn't trying to get a reaction in that sense, trolling. I wasn't lying to her. Anyway, let me hear you out. Asking her, how do you feel that you aren't his mother anymore? You're just Karen. Come on, man. That was meant to troll, says Popcorn. It's more of that women moms are evil rhetoric. No, no, not me. Popcorn, I say this with a degree of certainty. You don't call your mom by her first name when you talk to her. No, I still call her mom. I never called her mommy. All right. Anyway, because she's still your mother, even though you're over 40. Yes, her role changes, but she's still your mother, mom, however you want to put it. I mean, that's just what I call her out of habit, and it's fine, whatever. In my cell phone, I don't have it like that though. But anyway, but the point is the role is changed. So you don't say, well, I'm your mother forever, and you don't have this identity as a mother. Because people make that their whole identity and their whole life. I'm a mom. And it's like a point of pride. That's what I'm trying to get at. And also, and it's sort of an imposing thing, being too mothering. You know what I mean? Popcorn, jelly bean? There's not a scenario under which she would tell you what's going on with her son and how she is addressing it, where you would go, that's perfect, you're doing the right thing. Claim you, says you, Popcorn. You don't know me. I would totally tell her, I'm not here just to judge and nitpick and stuff like that. That's Anchor Baby's job. No, he doesn't judge. But he does nitpick. Righteous nitpicking. All right. So thank you, Popcorn. That was a funny / fun super chat there on the Karen thing. Oh, D-Live. Chest. Yeah, big chest. Alpha chest. Not like Obama's sunken chest of redistribution. So let me get to William, number 7 here. William 7. What's up, man? Are you there?
Hey, Hake.
Hey.
How's it going?
Going well.
Peace. Shalom. And
Shalom.
pie.
Wholeness.
I think I said that right. P-A-Z.
Paz.
Alpha Zulu.
Yeah, paz. Paz.
Is that peace in
Or Pax.
Espanol?
Yeah, something like that. Cristo, Príncipe de Paz, Gloria.
I drove by this
Hallelujah.
sign.
What?
I drove by this sign in this ranch that said peace, shalom, paz. So that's 3 languages.
Oh.
Wonder what that place is all about. About the Hispanics, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
So anyway, man, you've been getting some whiplash, man. I don't know what's up. I hope I didn't start nothing bad. But I'm going to move through 4 or 5 points quickly because a lot went down. So a few days ago, I think he was black, and caller said that the blacks were the only ones ever enslaved, and I would say that's an error because the hometown.
They were all the only ones who had chattel slavery. Oh, sorry, whatever that is.
So the Chinese, I don't know if you know about this, in the 1800s were brought over here by the numbers through San Francisco, and in my hometown, in the records, if you go back, they actually used to shoot the Chinese in the head if they did not perform. And this was in the 1800s. And
in America?
Fact, yes, here in my hometown in Northern California.
I had not heard that one. That's crazy.
It is crazy.
That sounds so evil.
Well, you're right. And we know evil exists, right? It's in people. So, yeah, so when the Chinese used to come, and their first 40 days were, they had to work for free because it was to pay their way here.
Oh, nice.
And so 40 days of work, and if you have a boatload, that's what, 200 guys for 40 days? You get a lot of work done. Kind of like, that's a lot. So that was wrong. Then, I don't know what's up with your boy Mark. No, he's not your boy, man. So Mark, who called in, he had a lot of
vitriol
about you. I don't know, something about truth. I don't recall you claiming to be a teacher when you do your show.
No.
So, and that you shouldn't defend and this and that. And he was really angry. I have a question. When people do those super chats and you play them, that's also a donation, right?
Yeah.
So my question is, does Mark ever do super chats or donate, or does he just call in with anger?
I don't disclose.
Oh, well, here's the thing, because he was getting angry at that you would never play a clip about some other guy. I forget who it was.
He might be a boomer where he may not know how to do the buy me a coffee thing with a link to Commander Rockwell's clips.
But to accuse you of, because it's your show.
Yeah.
And so to accuse you, and you're right, he was acting like a female, a woman.
Yeah.
And I get it. I know that because he's Catholic. He's talked about that. And I remember one time he prayed with you and he just recited the Lord's Prayer like a robot. I remember that. That was funny.
Yeah.
Remember that? Because I know he's Catholic.
Yeah.
So, and I know he probably throws into the, because I grew up Roman Catholic, don't forget.
Okay.
And so I went through all that. And so I want to segue to that about snitch culture, because if you know anything about the Roman Catholic and their 7 sacraments, in 3rd grade, you do something called First Holy Communion, where you get the Mass the first time and you get the bread put in your mouth. At the time, I didn't know it was really Jesus' body, but, I didn't know. And so, but you have to do your First Holy Communion, your confession. So you have to go to confession and tell a priest all your sins. And since I was a little kid, I knew there was a God. So I didn't want to go to hell, so I confessed every sin I ever did. And then after that weight got lifted off, I never wanted to tell a lie, because they drill the 10 Commandments into you. As a kid in the Catholic Church, and the nuns whack you over the head with the rulers if you don't remember them, all that mess. So I remember when I went to school, and so I'm in public school, and a kid did something in the class, and I wasn't going to lie, and they said, does anybody know? And I raised my hand and said, he did it. Well, I then became known as the class snitch in 3rd grade, because I took it seriously. So all my life, I had to fight because I was
You were honest.
I was honest, but now I know.
Not the right kind of honest
necessarily. But no one likes it.
Yeah.
So the way Jesus did it was that you can't convince people, but you should encourage them to be honest themselves and not bear false witness. Now, I know in third grade we're being kids and stupid, and you throw a spitball, and so when the teacher wants to know who did it, well, the kid who did it was probably evil, maybe, But when you raise your hand and say, he did it, you will get into a fight after school.
That's so funny,
so
man.
that's what happened. So that's.
And you were just trying to be a good Christian.
Well, because the priest told me, and, my parents said, you better do all this.
That's so funny, man.
So,
that's crazy.
So, all that rosary mess, So after a while, you go to confession, and after a while, you go, oh, it wasn't so bad. Because your first confession, man, I was sweating bullets, and I don't know what was going on. But then after the time of your high school, you're like, well, I can sin, and I just tell the priest, and I'm good.
Wow.
So then your own wicked heart takes advantage of that, and then you just do the rosary, and do you think God's listening to a prayer that you just repeat? I mean, to this day, I can say it, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, blah, 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 right? And I'll never forget it because it was drilled into me. So that's that. So Chinese, only black for enslaved, snitch, that's it.
Thank you, man.
That's it, Hake. God bless you. And, I don't know what else to say. Except
You're fine.
There's a lot of anger out there, huh?
Yeah.
And it's too bad, and I think you do have to wake up. And, I'm going to pray for Mark, because I don't know if he's a Freemason. I get the impression he may be, but I could be wrong.
Interesting.
It may be thoughts in my head that aren't correct.
Yeah, totally, man. It could be.
But
thank you, sir.
And maybe one last thought,
if
you don't mind,
Go ahead.
About the Bible, about the opening verses of why Eve got deceived by the serpent. And, they argue about the serpent talking or what. It doesn't matter whether he's talking or not. The fact that she got deceived by something that clearly God told Adam and Eve, you have dominion over all animals. And the fact that she listened to an animal, and I've never heard this brought up this way, why would Adam and Eve, made in the image of God, even listen to a serpent, providing, according to the scripture, they were able to talk, and there's arguments in the Zohar of that the animals did talk in the beginning, and God took it away after what the serpent did. But Eve still listened to an animal over her husband and God. So,
Interested.
You ever think about that?
I hadn't.
That's it. I'm out. God bless everybody. William number 7 out of Northern California. Signing out. Ex-veteran. Working to the day I die, maybe. God bless you.
You as well.
You're doing a good job, man.
Take care. Out. Mark, Los Angeles. How you doing, Mark?
Real good. I'll make this as quick as I can.
Appreciate it.
First of all, the reason for the call, the term racist, the word racist, I researched it a little bit. I can't say the guy's name, but he's a competitor of yours.
Okay.
And he researched it, and it came from Trotsky.
Yeah.
In the Russian Revolution, and it was in 1927. He was describing, I believe, the Russian white workers in the steel mills and referred to them as racist. And that word has been used as a cudgel by the colored people to destroy the white man. It's a guilt complex. They want to instill a guilt complex in white people so that we surrender to them. And the only way a Negro won't consider you a racist is if you give him everything you've got and do it with a smile on your face.
And they'll still call it to you if you ever disagree.
Of course. And get to this William VII. He's so worried about how much I donate, and he's worried about my religion. I'm Catholic, proud of it. I have donated. After I stopped calling, I cut the donations off, but that doesn't mean I won't start again. And finally, is he trying to say, because Popcorn paid you to put Martin Luther King on, that I should do the same? I mean, I will, but that's his way of deciding who gets play on your show by who donates. Is that what I heard from him? Is that what he was?
It was sort of an explain, and that's how it came about. That's how I just end up playing stuff. I poo-pooed MLK in my defense. I said that's victimhood, I think. Anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, yeah. But what's this William VII care about what religion I am? What's it to him?
Well, he's Christian. He cares about it. He sort of reminds me of Karen Williams being a Karen for her son, caring about her son, and maybe William VII is being a little bit of a mama, caring about your salvation or something.
Well,
I don't know.
Of course he is. Of course he is.
Shout out.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
White liberalism or white guilt has infected our churches, our Christian churches. Like what you saw, or I don't know if you saw it, but what happened in Minneapolis or St. Paul this past weekend, the communists led by Don Lemon and people, they hate us for our Christian religion. They hate us for our race. And I'm talking about John in Kentucky. He's a white hater. Ronnie, he's a white hater. He just sweetens it a little bit to make it sound like he doesn't really hate us, but he does. And I want, if you will, I mean, I can't make you, but the next time you talk to Ronnie, mention the fact that no black civilization where the blacks were a majority has ever had a white minority that was allowed to survive. Look at white South Africa. They were a minority, but when they had apartheid, they were able to control the economy and the country, and everybody lived better for it. Ronnie won't be able to answer that question, but it's just interesting to throw it up because these white haters want to pretend that there are equals when they're not. They're not, and they never will be. And finally, I think a lot of this discussion could boil down to IQ. We know that the Somalis, on average, have less than a 70 IQ, which means they're almost dysfunctional in society. I think if you're in the 80 to 100 IQ range, you're able to do repetitive work. You're able to, survive on your own independently. And then if you get like to the 120, 125, you're like doctor material. Okay. You're super intelligent, which very few Negroes get that high. Very, very few. That's why they've never had a space program. They've never created a civilization. And John and Ronnie, I want you guys, if you're listening, to know if it wasn't for the white man, you'd both be starving. You'd both be starving.
The reality is we're here and we love one another.
Well, I don't think they love us. They're raping our women.
I know.
They're even killing our kids.
Those of us who do have any love. Anyway, thank you, Mark. I appreciate it, man. I got to hurry you off.
Thanks. All righty. Have a good one. Bye.
You as well. Haden in Texas bought a coffee. Hake, the reason I brought up that we have a white president and vice president, Trump and Vance, because I was making the point that these men making America great. All of the white men in the past and today have made America great and have made America into what it is today. We've had a non-white, quote-unquote, president and, quote-unquote, vice president, Obama and Kamala, he called it Harris, that made America terrible. Indeed. They did what they did intentionally. May's and John's low IQ prevents them from understanding why I brought that up. Thank you, Hake. Stay strong. White strong arm, white fist of strength emoji, not a communist fist. That is, hopefully. Right on, Haden in Tejas. And with that, I got to get on out of here. The rest of the callers, y'all. Oh, Lord, what did I just do? I guess we'll just have to put up with that one. Peace in the Middle East. I cannot get to Stephen in Maryland, Rick in Hampton, VA. Y'all are priority tomorrow, I suppose, if there is a tomorrow for Hake. Bye, guys. American Anchor Baby up next. Y'all take care. Adios, America. Bye.